Once upon a time, in a deep forest, nestled in a valley filled with greenery, there was a country inhabited by adorable bears. This country was called the Land of Bears. The valley consisted of lush trees, colorful flowers, and a clear stream. Every corner was filled with adventure and joy. The most cheerful and curious bear in the Land of Bears was Baloo, who was also the most beloved among the other bears. With his large, brown fur and shiny black eyes, he captivated everyone. Baloo loved delving into the unexplored corners of the Land of Bears, making new friends, and embarking on adventures. One day, Baloo's closest friend, Little Princess Bear, came running to him with excitement. "Baloo, Baloo, what are we doing today?" she asked, her eyes gleaming with anticipation. Baloo replied with a wide smile, "Perhaps today, we should venture into one of the most mysterious corners of the Land of Bears. Who knows what kind of adventures await us?" Little Princess Bear wagged her tail eagerly. "Yes, yes. I also want to discover new adventures and make new friends." Baloo and Little Princess Bear decided to set out on a journey. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they savored the beauty of the surrounding nature. Birds chirped joyfully, flowers danced in the wind, and the sun smiled brightly through the lush foliage, though they seemed to have lost their way. They had never truly been lost. Every step they took was a part of the Land of Bears, and they knew it like the back of their paws. Finally, they stood in a vast clearing. Before them stretched an endless meadow, with colorful balloons floating in the sky. Little Princess Bear asked excitedly, "Baloo, where do these balloons come from?" Baloo scratched his head, pondering. "Perhaps these balloons carry messages of love and joy from distant travelers," he said, smiling. Suddenly, a balloon gently landed nearby, and a cheerful rabbit hopped out. "Hello," the rabbit exclaimed. "I'm Rabbit Ruffles. I've come here to fly my balloons, but unfortunately, one of them got lost. Could you help me find it?" Baloo and Little Princess Bear immediately agreed to help Rabbit Ruffles. Together, the three set off to find the lost balloon. As they ran across the lush grass, they sang songs, laughed, and experienced adventures together. As the sun began to set, they found the lost balloon. At that moment, a beam of light appeared in the sky, and a fairy emerged from the lost balloon. "Thank you, dear friends," the fairy said. "You've done me an incredible kindness. This balloon will carry love and joy to every corner of the Land of Bears." Grateful, Baloo and Little Princess Bear thanked the fairy with smiles. As they returned home, stars twinkled in the sky, and they spent a peaceful night in the magical atmosphere of the Land of Bears. And from that day on, everyone in the Land of Bears overflowed with love and joy brought by the balloons. Baloo and Little Princess Bear grew even closer with the lessons learned from their adventure, becoming the best of friends in the Land of Bears. A few days later, a grand festival was held in the Land of Bears. Everyone gathered in the valley adorned with balloons brought by Rabbit Ruffles. As the colorful balloons danced in the sky, smiles adorned everyone's faces. Baloo and Little Princess Bear roamed the festival grounds with joy. Baloo was filled with contentment at seeing everyone's happiness. Little Princess Bear, while admiring the balloons in the sky, seemed lost in thought. "Baloo," she said, "these balloons truly are magical, aren't they?" Baloo nodded with a smile. "Yes, Indeed, each balloon creates this magical atmosphere with the love and joy it carries within. Suddenly, a commotion erupted in a corner of the festival grounds. Everyone noticed that one of the balloons had gone missing. Baloo and little Princess Bear rushed to the scene. When they arrived, they found Rabbit Ruffles looking around with sadness. "What happened, Rabbit Ruffles?" Baloo asked. Concerned, with tears in his eyes, Rabbit Ruffles replied, "I've lost one of my balloons for the festival. If I can't find it, this wonderful day will be ruined for me." Determined to help, Baloo and little Princess Bear joined Rabbit Ruffles in his search for the lost balloon. Together, they scoured the forest, talking to every animal they encountered, checking every tree, and turning over every stone. But still, they couldn't find the balloon. As the sun began to set, their hopes started to fade. However, suddenly, Baloo noticed something. "Look!" he exclaimed. "In the depths of the forest, there's a glimmer of a balloon." The three of them hurried to the balloon. It was tangled in the branches of a tree. Rabbit Ruffles joyfully rescued his balloon and sent it soaring into the sky. Baloo, little Princess Bear, and Rabbit Ruffles watched as the lost balloon joined the others in the sky, illuminating the festival grounds once again. When they returned to the festival, they were greeted with applause from everyone. Rabbit Ruffles, Baloo, and little Princess Bear danced and sang together. That night, once again, the land of bears was filled with an atmosphere of love and joy. And after that day, everyone in the land of bears experienced the power of friendship and solidarity anew. Baloo, little Princess Bear, and Rabbit Ruffles became even closer friends after their adventure. And the land of bears continued to overflow with love and joy brought by the balloons. Would you please like the video and subscribe to my channel?